Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. If you don't already know who it is, it's the one and only, the true Alex J. Today we're going to be going over just a few articles. There's not actually that many to cover today, but the first one is, it says Channel 4 admits TV ad market is in recession as big brands pull back. And this is from marketingweek.com. Basically what they're talking about is, if you don't already know, there was a lot of advertisers pulling away from YouTube. They all pulled back and they said, we're not going to advertise on YouTube anymore. We don't believe that it's advertiser friendly. They pulled back. Then a lot of money went to TV advertising. Now they're finding that it didn't last very long and they're all pulling away now from the TV marketplace again. So they're basically calling it a recession in advertising. So what they've said is the advertisers who stopped back in Google following the YouTube brand safety scandal did shift more ad spend back into TV advertising, according to Channel 4, which is a channel from the UK. However, it concedes this only created a short-term lift. And then they continue on basically saying, in 2006, Channel 4, a non-profit broadcaster that invests all of its profits back into its programming, saw revenues total 995 million, up from 979 million in 2005. Digital revenues made up 10% of its total, having risen 24% of the year to 102 million. The point is, what they're trying to say is this: advertising on TV is dying. Now, don't get me wrong, they're still making a lot of money. Like they just said, 995 million in a year. Apparently, that's not very good for them. That's not good enough. It needs to be a lot more. I don't know how much it should be, but from the sounds of it, they keep using the word recession, which makes me curious. Does that mean they're not earning enough, or does it mean that they're just greedy and that they want more? I'm not 100% sure. Will TV survive? I believe it will. I don't think it's going to have a massive impact, but it shows that even not just online, but other businesses, big companies are shifting towards advertising online as well. So if you're a small business owner and you're thinking, oh, I don't have the money to advertise on TV, don't worry. Apparently no one is advertising on TV anymore, and everyone's trying to advertise online. So just get more experience advertising online and practice with Facebook ads, practice with YouTube ads, practice with Instagram ads, and so on and so forth. Just practice with them. Maybe take a course if you haven't already. If you need help, obviously you can there's a link in the description which will give you an hour for free with me and I'll help you. So yeah, that's one thing that you can do. Moving on to the next story, we have from marketingland.com. It says Google enables YouTube remarketing audiences for RLSA to retarget video viewers in search. This is big news. This is huge news. Basically, it means if you're advertising on YouTube, you can remarket to them. Now, if you don't understand what remarketing is, it basically means if someone came to your website and they saw your stuff and then they left your website, traditionally they'd be gone. But if you're doing remarketing, it means that if they come to your website, there's a little cookie that's put on their computer. It's completely ethical, completely legal. It puts a little cookie on there, and then when they go away, it means that they'll still see advertisements about that website. So, for example, if you've ever been on like a bed website, or you've looked at, let's say, if you looked at like concert tickets, when you go away from that website, you'll still see those adverts keep popping up on the right-hand side on different platforms, whether it be YouTube or Facebook or Google or whatever. That's remarketing. So now YouTube's actually allowing you to remarket. So if you have viewed a video from, let's say, my channel, and then I was doing remarketing, it means that when you go away, you'll keep seeing adverts to come back to my channel, which is huge. This is absolutely massive. That means that you can increase the views that you've got. It means that you could increase the amount of leads that you're bringing back. This is huge. Like, this is absolutely massive. Everyone should be talking about this. Like, I can't believe this is absolutely incredible. This stops you losing so much money if you're advertising, because you don't want to just have someone come to your website and then go away and they're gone forever, because that just costs you. Because usually people are doing CPC, which means cost per click. So you pay for a click. So if that doesn't convert, if they don't end up buying the end product, obviously you've just lost money because you paid for them to go there and they're not buying anything. So this is huge, absolutely huge news. So if you're into marketing, this is massive. Moving on to the next story, we've got from uk.godaddy.com. On their blog, they've got how to use YouTube for successful digital marketing. I know I'm doing a lot of YouTube news at the moment. It's just, yesterday there was a lot of Facebook, today there's a lot of YouTube. So basically what they're saying is Advertising on YouTube, it's got a very good conversion rate because people respond very well to video ads, which is fantastic. And then they go through, they explain how to do it, and basically they're saying that you upload a video, put it on private, and once you've done that, then select the kind of audience that you want to attract, and obviously send the advertisement out. This is, again, great. Especially with the remarketing thing that's now going on. So if you've got an advert that's going out and you're doing remarketing, you're going to be able to generate a ton of leads. I've noticed that a lot of people have started using YouTube advertising, and if you're a small business owner, it's something that you should look at. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It doesn't matter if you're selling something small or something big. It doesn't matter if it's a product or a service. You can either do local ads or you can do vast ads. So you can do it on geolocation, so where they're based. You can do it on their age, demographics. You can do it on websites that they've been to. You can see things that they've searched. If they've been looking for small trees and you own like a gardening store, you could sell them that, or you can sell them like a shovel or a spade. There's loads of things that you can do. Let's keep on looking. The next story is from techcrunch.com. I'm not really aligned with this. I really don't like this, but it's a big story and it's something that I will cover. It says, on-demand alcohol delivery startup Saucy raises 5.4 million. I really don't like the idea of alcohol delivery. That's just a personal opinion. It's not that I don't drink. I do drink, not on a regular basis. I don't. Maybe once a month I'll drink, but I just don't like the idea that you can order it. There's something inside me that I really, really hate the idea that people are going to be able to sit on the couch and just order alcohol, because it just seems too easy. Like, oh, I'm having a bad day, I'll just order some alcohol. Like, it doesn't solve a problem, it just creates one. In my mind anyway, in my mind I believe so. But yeah, it shows another kind of business that started up in America. It seems to be doing very, very well. There's a lot of competition in the marketplace from what I was reading. They said that there's quite a few different ones. There's ones called Drizzly, Thirsty, and Swill. Apparently these are other alcohol delivery companies. Again, I just don't like the idea of it. Apparently it's working. It seems to be a very big marketplace that's opening right now, so maybe that's something, if you're interested in that kind of market, maybe that's something that you should be looking at. One thing that you could do, perhaps, if this is something you're interested in doing, you could go to your local stores that sell alcohol and just make a deal with them, and then advertise for deliveries, and then basically set it up so that you've got people that go out, buy it, and then deliver it to the address. Obviously make sure that you check ID and so on and so forth, but that could be an easier way of doing what they're doing. Maybe, I don't know. Again, it's not something that I really like. I'd love to hear your opinion. Drop a comment below. Tell me your opinion. Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Any other stories, feel free to leave me some feedback. I really want to hear from you guys. The next one we have from postandcourier.com. It says, Visa is looking to help small businesses go cashless. I've been trying to skip this story, but it keeps coming up again and again and again, so I finally gave in. Basically, it says, New York Visa is looking to push more small businesses into updating their digital payment technology, offering up to $10,000 each to 50 US-based small business owners that are committed to going cashless. The program will focus on restaurants and food establishments, Visa said Wednesday, with the exception that Visa will expand the program in the coming months and years to other industries and possibly other countries as well. They're basically just trying to make everyone go cashless. Is it good? Is it bad? It kind of depends on your opinion. I think it's because they're having such big problems with companies like PayPal, and then obviously they've got Bitcoin that are doing a big movement as well. I think this is their way of combating that and trying to make everyone go cashless and use their systems rather than other systems so that they can get that broker money, so they can make money from it. So that could be one thing. That's my personal opinion. That's why I believe they're doing it, because I think they're feeling a bit of a squeeze from other places. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock, you'll know that there's a problem with net neutrality over in the US. I'm from London, England, but I know a lot of my audience are from America. If you don't know what net neutrality is, basically means that everything right now is open, it's free, you can move around, there's no weird limitations or such. Basically, if net neutrality goes away, it means that service providers are going to be able to slow down one website and speed up another one, so they could just slow down YouTube and have their own video competitor, that could be theirs, and it could make it go faster. So that way you just give up trying to watch videos because it keeps loading and lagging and lagging and lagging. It's got that stupid circle going around and around and around. You're like, screw it, and just I can watch the video on a different platform. That's a very aggressive thing that they'll be able to do. They've already started to do it. From what I've seen, in certain locations, they've been found a way of doing it already. Unless you pay a little bit more, or the companies pay to have their services sped up, it just seems very it sounds like a big monopoly. It sounds very corrupt. It sounds very dirty and so obviously everyone wants net neutrality. Well, I say that most people want net neutrality. There's a big vote going on at the moment over in the US. Hopefully, it goes through and everyone keeps net neutrality, and that the big companies stop trying. Moving on, we've got from fortune.com, and this is actually the final article, and we've got brands are relying on influencer marketing more than ever. Now this is huge. Basically through this article, what they're saying is that big companies are actually trying to find vessels. So they would find, if you had a big Instagram account to do with socks, let's say that you had that, and there was another company and they wanted to promote their socks and sell their socks, they would just come to you. Instead of trying to advertise it themselves, they would just go to you, pay you X amount, and you advertise it for them by just talking about it because you're big and famous about socks. Or if you were really big on cats, if you had loads of Instagram pictures about cats and loads of cat owners are following you, what they could do is, if they had like cat clothing, because I know we got dog clothing, if you had cat clothing, you could, instead of trying to advertise yourself, you could just advertise directly with that person and they broadcast it out, because they have a huge reach, and obviously it might cost them a lot less than it is for them to advertise themselves and experiment that way. This is incredible, especially if you're an influencer. If you have an influencer Instagram account or Facebook account or anything, that's fantastic for you, because it means that you can make a lot of money just being an influencer. Obviously, reach out to these companies. You can speak with them and say, look, I know that you're selling X, Y, Z. I think it's a match for my audience. Here's why. Here's my stats. Here's my, this is how many people tend to respond to my tweets, blah, 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 blah. You never know. You might be able to get a deal through that way. It's another reason that I tell people all the time, if you're going to be in this business, build yourself, brand yourself, build yourself up, because if you do that, you're going to be able to get incredible deals, incredible sponsorships, and people are going to look to you as an expert in a particular field, whether it be socks or cat clothing or whatever. You can find your own niche. So just find something that you love and then really, really break it down. Don't just say clothing. What kind of clothing? For who? Is it for children? Is it for small boys aged 6 to 8? Is it for, let's say that you sold hats. And only hats. What kind of hats have you got? Have you got crazy hats, party hats? I don't know what other kind of hats there are, but maybe you could just do the party niche. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. It doesn't have to be clothing. It can be anything. But the point is that you find a niche and you become the dominant force in that niche, and then just keep blowing out, keep expanding, keep going. Again, I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear your opinion. Do you think that Visa's doing the right move by trying to make more business owners move over? Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that they're afraid of Bitcoin and stuff like that? Do you think that TV is dying, TV advertising is dying, or do you think it's absolutely fine and they've got nothing to worry about and it's just a sensational title? Are you excited that you're going to be able to do rebranding through YouTube? How do you feel about the alcohol thing? Do you think it's a good thing that you're able to deliver it? Do you think it's a bad thing? I mean, maybe if it's a party or a wedding, it'll be a good thing, but other than that, I don't know why you would need to deliver it to your house. And what do you think about net neutrality? Do you think it's going to go through? Do you think it won't go through? I'd love to hear your opinion. This isn't just about me expressing my opinion. I want to hear from you, so please leave comments below. Tell me what your thoughts are. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. You can also follow me on facebook.com/thetruealexj. You can also follow me on instagram.com/AlexJ020. In the meantime, peace.